The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to a new Bitcoin video, and everybody wonders what's gonna happen next. -4, almost 5% right now. On the downside, we are hitting this the confluence of moving averages. This is 10, 20 and 50 moving average on the daily time frame that's giving us support right now over here. So I'm a little bit optimistic that this can actually hold right now, these levels down here at 4 or 5%. The bad news is if we close below here, down here, if we close below this 50 moving average, the yellow line down here, that's around 40,354. If we close below that, we might see some more dumpage on the downside. Now this doesn't have to be very bad if we can tomorrow just come right back up again. But if we fail to get right back up again tomorrow, that's gonna I think push us towards the downside. So I'm still giving this chart right now at least 2 more days. I want to see how this closes. Do we close above the moving averages or not? And then tomorrow I want to see if we continue on downside or do we bounce right back up again. So it depends. If we close above the moving averages, then we have to look at tomorrow if we're gonna go down or do we bounce towards the upside. On the other hand, if we do close today below the 40,354, the question is whether we bounce right back up again tomorrow. So right now, the way I see it, this pullback over here was kind of expected. We went up here and you saw it on the chart up here. You kind of went kind of sideways up here, started going below the moving averages. It kind of failed to make new highs and stuff like that, and eventually what happens, it starts going back down towards some kind of support levels, and these support levels are on these moving averages down here. So will we actually hold these moving averages down here or not? It kind of depends. Now let me show you up here. This is a daily chart. Somebody said there is a daily divergence on the chart. Now you can see here that we failed to make a higher high. This was over here was a high, and this we failed to make a higher high. So this is a bearish momentum. So you can see that this, from the pivot to the pivot, it goes towards downside. But down here also, from the pivot to the pivot goes towards the downside. So there is no RSI divergence. Somebody has been saying there is RSI divergence on the daily chart, but there is no RSI divergence on the daily chart. There is RSI divergence on the 2-day chart. So if you see up here, you can see here that the chart from the pivot to the pivot goes towards the downside, and here from the pivot to the pivot goes towards the upside. So on the 2-day chart there is actual divergence on the chart, and that's what's pushing us downwards right now. But even here on the 2-day chart, we are hitting the support level at 10-20 moving average around 40,300. So I definitely do not want to go below those levels, 40,300 levels. So hopefully we can stick around that. And let me just show you on the weekly time frame that we are getting rejected by this 10 moving average, this white line. You can see here double rejection up here, and you can see here we managed to go all the way up to this 10-20 moving average, almost, not quite, but we pull back right below the 10 moving average. So the question is, can we close above this or not? We still got something like 2 days and 8 hours left to close this candle over here. So the question is whether we're gonna close above this 40,800 or not on the upside. But guys, I'm still very optimistic, and let me show you why. I'm still very optimistic. If you remember, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that we've been talking about this scenario where we get these 2 dumps on the downside before we actually continue towards the upside. So the thing is, this was a big downtrend over here, right? We broke the downtrend and we did a first retest on the trend, and what happens then, oftentimes you get this second retest on the trend as well before you actually continue going towards the upside, going towards the upside. So we said this was nice, but we can expect some some movements towards downside. So technically, the way I see it, this can definitely go to some kind of 31,000 down here again, but it can also be something like this up here where it continues going towards the upside. But the move towards downside right now that's happening is kind of expected. Now let me invert this chart over here just so you can see this a little bit. Maybe you are a little more used to looking at bullish chart. So when you got some kind of trend towards the upside and you break the trend, oftentimes the price tries to get back on the trend and continue towards the upside. But if it fails that a couple of times, oftentimes it goes into opposite direction. So I said We tried one time, right? You know, a probability to try second time as well. Come up here to these, you know, these levels up here. What are these levels down here? Yeah, 32, 35,000. Getting to those levels again, maybe, and then, you know, getting the bull run restarted, right? So everything is going according towards the plan, the way I see it. And although it is, you know, devastating move towards downside, it's not, you know, all that bad just yet. So I think we still got some kind of time, you know, to bounce over here. The worst case scenario is we go back below the trend line, guys. You know, we go do something like this and then we break the trend line downside. That's the worst case scenario. I think that will be the capitulation phase. If we go below this trend line again, that's gonna be capitulation phase. I'm seeing some kind of 20,000 levels after that. So if we break these, what's that around here? 33,000, 32,000. Let's say around 30,000 levels down here. If we break this on the downside below this trend line down here, I think we might see some bad numbers. But right now, the scenario is playing out what we actually said it might be playing out. This downtrend down here that got broken, retest, second retest, and, you know, down to the moon. So we'll see, guys. We'll see how this actually plays out. Right now, I'm not, you know, I'm not panicking or anything like that. We are having this nice support here on these moving averages. Whether this support holds or not, that's, you know, that depends. Still 7-8 hours left for this candle to close, and then you have to, you know, watch the next candle tomorrow and you know, see how this actually gonna play out. But overall, it's not good, but it's not terrible. You know, it's not terrible. It's not good yet, but it's not terrible. What can I say? What can I say? With that said, hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you wanna do that. And that's it. I hope this actually plays out. So right now, you know, it is kind of, you know, zigzaggy, you know, up and down. There might be some kind of trend line that's been created up here. I haven't noticed, you know, looked at this that you know, maybe we are going into some kind of a, you know, rising triangle over here that might break towards the upside. Now, rising triangles are reversal patterns, guys. These ascending triangles, maybe should be something like this up here, give or take. Maybe it's just a line, something like this, right? Maybe something like this. These ascending triangles, guys, these are reversing reversal patterns. They can act as a reversal pattern. Let me show you one of the most famous reversal patterns, ascending triangle, most famous reversal pattern, ascending triangle down here. You can see down here we had this line down here. Let me put the line, and we had the bottom going something like this up here, right? So you can see here this is also ascending triangle, and this was a reversal pattern. When we had the capitulation phase down here, we went into this you know, ascending triangle, and then bam, right back up again. Look at it. This is on Kuyuko, and somebody had the fat fingers and bought, you know, market bots, you know, stuff. But you know, you can see here how we, you know, bounce towards the upside. So definitely right now, even it's not that I mean, it is quite large. It is quite large ascending triangle up here. So this ascending triangle maybe like down here second time, something like this, and then towards the upside. Like we said, guys, we broke the trend on the downside. Then you have 1-2 times in something like this, and maybe towards the upside. Maybe that's the thing. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching again. Hit the like button on the way out. Bye bye. See you around.